That was a good bite. That was a really good bite. Nice fish. G'day everybody and welcome to another full-scale Fishing Adventures episode. Big storm on the way. We're up at Great Musseulroe Bay chasing brim on lures. Sometimes I've had great fishing before storms, sometimes it's awful, but with the big storm coming in I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to get out and see if we can't find a few of these famous Tassie black brim. It's dead low tide, so there's pockets of water in this river, and I've been up here before and found really good fish sitting in those pockets, so I'm just going to work my way through and yeah, we'll see if we can't find a few fish. So because it's dead low tide, going with a 1/16 ounce jig head, and that's on one of the 1L size hooks, and I really like those L hooks, which means light gauge, for brim fishing, because you get a lot better penetration. Just fishing it on one of the Ciros 2 to 4 kilo 7-foot spin sticks, and I've just got 4-pound braid and an 8-pound leader, which is a really nice setup for chasing brim and all manner of light tackle species. I'm going to work my way out. There's just this little depression out here in the channel, and hopefully there's some fish sitting in it. It's interesting with these sort of fisheries that when the tide goes really low like this, you'd expect the fish to exit out into the sea, but I've found in the past they actually come and sit in these holes. So I'm just going to make my way out there and see if anyone's home. Always check the drag before you start fishing. Just light enough to allow the fish to run, but you've got to have enough tension to set the hooks. Oh, here comes the rain. Got a fish too. What have we got? Ooh, salmon. That's heavy rain. Holy moly. It's like so hot, I don't want to go and get my jacket. But I know there's probably going to be a few really big dumps of rain. Such a gnarly sky. Check it out over there. Oh, there we go. That is awesome. Oh, nice fish. It was worth coming and checking out these holes. Super shallow, like it's probably only a metre or so deep. but these fish are just waiting for that tide to come back in. Super cool, the mouse just out there. But yeah, they're just sitting up in the river here. The rain's starting to come down again. Check it out. That's a nice fish. That is a really nice fish. Oh, storm brim. Very cool. As the rain starts to get slightly heavier. Beautiful. That's wicked. That was well worth the trip out here. You ready, dude? Those fine hooks really penetrate so well. He's ready to go. Off he goes. Super cool. Oh, I can't believe that boat made it in here. Amazing. Well, I'm super impressed that boat's going to make it through there, I assume. But while that's doing that, I am going to just shoot down into one of these other holes. And then I can give this spot a bit of a rest after the boat goes through there and then come back to it. Such a beautiful bit of coast, really is. One of the real cool things about Tassie brim fishing is that there's no commercial pressure, so every spot that should be good for brim is good for brim because they just don't take those large portions of fish. Ooh, I can see one there. I don't know if he can see me. I think he would be able to. It's just down there. Two of them, two really nice fish. Just down there. I reckon he was on to me. Lots of little fish climbing all over it. Alright, he saw me. There's lots of weed in here, but I reckon there'll be brimsies as well if I can get the lure down to the bottom. That was a good bite. That was a really good bite. Nice fish. Look at all the weed on my line. I sort of just took the tactic of I knew that it was going to get weeded up as soon as I pulled it, so I was just fishing the drop more than anything. That's a nice one. Low tide before the storm. Very cool. He's going. It's amazing, like this Musseulroe Bay, like it goes all tannin like this when you get the water coming down from the river at the bottom of the tide, and then as that new tide pushes in, the water will just turn blue again. That's a good one. That's a really nice fish. Bronze bandit. That's a chunk. That is a chunky one. Yeah. Well, I very nearly made a run for it when that big dump of rain came, but I'm glad I didn't, because these guys sitting in those shallow pockets, so much fun to catch. And he's super bronze, so he's been up the river. Stunning fish. They fight so good. I just love that bite. Very nice. All right, we'll get him back. Chunky brim. Wrong way, buddy. Sky is so threatening. Funny those days when it's just really calm, it's pretty humid, you just know that storm is coming. It's all about a light touch, I reckon. Just getting it out there, following the line down, keeping good contact, and I'm just doing those sharp flicks and try and do, when there's a lot of weed around, I do a very sharp flick because it tends to clear that weed off. A couple of different ways you're going to get the bite. The most obvious way is you'll feel the bite, because using braid, using a graphite rod, it just comes through so noticeably. Oh, like that. And then the other way is watching the line, because you'll see your line move forward, and that's why I like a brightly coloured braid, because then you can see the takes. And this is actually a really nice size Aussie salmon, I think, or a big whiting. Oh, it's a big whiting. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Don't go in the weed. He's in the weed. Come out of there. That is a chunk of a King George. Yeah, that's one of the biggest whiting I've caught on a plastic. That's huge. Amazing. Oh, very cold. Very cold. Stonking King George. Up you come. I'm going to get him well and truly out of the water. That is a beautiful size whiting. How's this for a bit of bycatch while chasing brim? Big Tassie King George whiting on the plastic. So cool. And that's a really good reason to use a bloodworm colour, because fish like this will come along. Now I think I'd be crazy to put this back, so I think this one's coming home for dinner. Super stoked with that. That is awesome. Oh. Massive storm. It's sort of closing in from all quarters now. We're sort of just on the turn of the tide. That current coming down the river's just slowed a bit, and that blue water's going to start pushing in soon. Stoked with me whiting. That is very cool. It's always unexpected. I know they eat plastics. I've fished for them with plastics before, but it's always such a cool, unique bycatch to get. I think what I'm going to do, just while that tide's right at the bottom, is going to quickly run back for dinner, back to the car, and then fish that hole where that boat went through before, because it's had a chance to settle down now. So But just put that fish in the fridge, and as I got out the car I could hear this massive wall of rain coming across the water. So I'm just hiding in the car until it passes. So we are there, and that's the first little bit that came through, and now all of this is on its way. So well, I didn't think I'd get another shot, but I'm going to give it a go. Well, it's funny, I have not had a single touch since I came back out and fished in the storm. Like, that wind swung right around. It's been raining the whole time. I've tried a couple of different things, but just can't get it to happen. But I'm super stoked I came out. It's interesting with fishing, sometimes pre-storm is really good and sometimes post-storm is really good. Just depends on the fish you're chasing. But hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to enjoy that King George whiting for dinner, and I'll catch you all next time.